What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Wingin It episode. Andre, how you doing, man?
I mean, I'm all right. There's some people that I know that aren't doing too well mentally, but I mean, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, and that's how this is gonna begin. So this week was kind of interesting. This past week was kind of interesting in the gaming world. We got some bullet points here, so let's hit the first bullet point. Let's start this thing off with platinum and the wonderful 101 coming to other systems, as well as Platinum wanting to bring Bayonetta to other systems. And let me start off with the Bayonetta situation. If you are complaining about Bayonetta, I'm going to harp on what something that Kamiya said back in 2013. Blame Sony and Microsoft. And seriously, you didn't buy the first one.
Nah, not a lot of people did. I can
Just saying.
understand. I can understand why people didn't buy that PS3 version.
Yeah, the
I can
PS3 version
understand that,
was jacked up,
but
but
the
the Xbox
360 version,
was.
no excuse.
Yeah, there was no excuse, and y'all didn't buy it. So Nintendo stepped in, provided funding. I don't think Bayonetta's going nowhere no time soon. I don't. I can see Nintendo probably being like, probably once the Switch is about out the door, saying okay, but I can't see it right now.
No,
I
not
just don't.
especially not when it's going to be one of their bigger titles for the Switch. I don't think that they're just going to like, okay, yeah, let's toss this off.
Mm,
However, maybe not mainline games, maybe side story type games, if they decided to
yeah.
do that, might happen. But you're probably not yet.
Yeah, I mean, because Bayonetta 2 did well on the Wii U, despite the Wii U being a dead console, quote unquote. I mean, it made more than what it made on when than the first one made on 360 and PS3 combined.
Yep.
Facts. So, that being said, the Wonderful 101 had a Kickstarter. People feel some kind of way about that. I personally don't. I understand where Nintendo's coming from on this one. Um, they tried the experiment. The experiment did not sell, or you know, bring people in. Uh, Kami wants to fix some of the issues with it, as well as bring it back. So they fronted some money for the Nintendo version.
Yeah,
They
they
just weren't
fronted
gonna
for
pay for everybody
theirs.
else's. That's
Yeah.
and that's fair. That's fair to I'm like, dude, you a company. Like, look, I don't have a problem with you like trying to make your money. We understand you a studio, and you're a second party studio. We understand that, but just like Godfall is not coming to Switch in 360, so you shouldn't expect all that. I don't expect Nintendo to like fork over the money for them to port it
Put it on
everywhere
other
else.
platforms. Yeah, no.
I don't see that. So yes, they gave them some money, and then the Kickstarter smashed records, of course, because that's all they had to do was put it on the Kickstarter. And yes, people are going to get now.
But
The problem is, here's my problem: is it going to sell on those other consoles? It may sell on
it'll
the
probably sell on the
PlayStation.
PS4.
It probably will. I'm not I'm not gonna say it's with emphatic joy that it will. I don't know, but the PC, I don't know if it's gonna sell on that either. I don't know if, and we'll only be able to see if that fan base loves it. I love the game, but I would rather play it on the gamepad.
Hmm.
Sorry, I would rather play it on the gamepad. And by playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions, having to switch back and forth between to do the topics and all that stuff is getting on my nerves because I'm so used to like playing with a pro controller and just looking at my gamepad and
Look
just
at the
tapping.
gamepad, tap it.
Yeah, so it's kind of getting on my nerves that I got to keep flipping between screens. But that's the issue that we have here. So, all right, man, your thoughts?
To me, I mean, I honestly feel like with Platinum, with what they're doing with one Wonderful 101, this is a test to see if it'll do well somewhere else, and if it does, it'll more than likely stay multi-plat.
Hmm.
Because I have a feeling they're wanting to continue the series. So if this does well everywhere on other platforms and the Switch, it will stay multi-plat.
Hmm.
If not, it might just go back to being exclusive to Nintendo. Because I could see that being the experiment that's being done here. And for the people that are ticked off that the Wonderful 101 is not being presented for Xbox One, just remember that Platinum and Microsoft do not have the best working relationship right now. And Platinum is heading the
Yeah,
development and porting of this game. It's not Sega, it's not
no,
Nintendo, it's
it's
Platinum
platinum.
directly.
Yeah, because
The reason
they
that
own
the
the game.
Bayonetta and Vanquish got redone for Xbox One is because Sega owns those, not
Hmm?
Platinum. Platinum is the team that developed those games, but Sega owns them.
Yeah. Now it would be different if Vanquish was coming to Switch, but that's not happening. So that's when I knew it wasn't Platinum doing it,
Yeah,
because Platinum would have put it on Switch.
yeah, they would have done that in a heartbeat. They were
Yeah,
like, okay, yeah, why
yeah,
not?
yeah. So,
But you would think Sega would also be like, well, why not? It's extra
yeah,
money.
well, yeah, that's extra money, but yeah, and the whole thing with Microsoft, y'all know good and well, Japanese games do not sell on that system. I don't know why they even tripping. Japanese games
It,
don't really do that. With not
not
the
normally,
only
no.
ones are the big ones, like your Devil May Cries and your the big ones.
Hmm.
Wonderful 101 ain't gonna sell on no doggone Xbox. I'm sorry if y'all wouldn't buy Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, I don't see the Wonderful 101 doing all that well over
Yeah,
there.
I'm sorry if y'all wouldn't even buy Sunset Overdrive. That's more than enough of a litmus test to say that yeah, Wonderful 101 ain't gonna sell on that. Because the first thing come out that fan base mouth, this is too kiddie.
Because they don't want to take the time to understand the
Yeah,
story.
you know, and then
And
it, and then they're not gonna want to learn how to play the game, and that's just don't let's not even go there. Let's just not even go there. So I completely understand that and the fact that Phil really did piss off Kami with that
yeah, he
Scalebound
did.
shit. He really did piss him
Because
off with that.
Scalebound was supposed to be a single player game, and they wanted to push it to be multiplayer, and then have it be on Windows 10 and the Xbox One.
Hmm.
And if anybody remembers anything about what Kami has said, he likes to work on games dedicated to the platform that he's working on them for.
Yeah,
Like,
and
and if you fuck with that, and you mess with his rhythm on how he getting his stuff developed, yeah, of course he's going to be a little ticked off.
yeah, and on top of that, I'm like I personally don't believe, especially on the first game. It's the first game in the series. You don't push you don't push him to make it a multiplayer game when you know good and well that's not what it was designed for.
Uh,
Just let them, because you don't know if it's gonna sell, so let them work their magic. It's platinum. Let them work their magic, and you probably could have had something. Now, if you want a sequel, then you can say, all right, look, let's make it multiplayer. Let's do this, But the first game,
let it
let
breathe.
him work. Yeah, let him work. Let him work his magic, and see if your fan base gonna buy it. Because once again, your fan base really didn't buy Bayonetta. Just
Oddly enough,
saying.
though, a lot of people did seem like they were excited for Scalebound until it got canceled.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I completely agree with Kami. I'm like, look, man, it's not working in multiplayer. So let's go back to what I was working on. All right, Phil, you messed up on that one. Sorry. So that being said, let's keep it on Phil Spencer right quick. So this week he had some interesting comments made, basically saying that they don't see uh Sony and Nintendo as competition. They see Amazon and Google as the competition to Microsoft. And some people got mad. I didn't, because I understand what he's talking about. He's not talking about what you think he's talking about.
But yeah,
Um,
people immediately went to flinging crap like monkeys,
yeah,
just immediately without understanding the context of what he was talking about. And I could figure that out without even thinking about it. I'm like, okay, what do Amazon and Google do that Microsoft does? Information technology, not just video games. Information technology. On that forefront, Amazon and Google would be Microsoft's nearest competition, and Apple as well in some fronts.
yeah. And you got to remember, Google has Stadia, Apple has Arcade, and I think Amazon's trying to jump into the gaming
Yeah,
sphere as well.
Amazon's already working on stuff for gaming. They did
Yeah,
have that little console thing that they had, but it only really ran Android stuff.
yeah, yeah,
But I'm pretty sure they're working on something else behind the scenes that people don't know about.
yeah. So it makes sense for Phil Spencer to say that, because what he's trying to do is get Azure and the whole cloud gaming thing going.
Hmm.
His
And they're
biggest,
working on that.
yeah, and his biggest threat, because Google already got has theirs out the gate right now. People are hating it, but it's in the wild. So, uh,
That's because Google decided to do a bunch of crap and make you jump through a bunch of loopholes to be able to play a game. But that's on Google for being that stupid.
actually, we gotta put full blame at the Inspector Gadget villain that is heading up, Phil Harrison. I'm sorry, Phil, but look,
You gonna force people to have to have a bunch of Google authorized products in order to use a gaming platform? Like, one thing is understandable,
yeah, but yeah,
and then have people have to sign in the stuff that they don't actually use. I'm like, you didn't think this one through.
that didn't think it through at all. And it's sad, but yeah, it's true. He did not think that through. So, I mean, look, I get where Phil's coming from. I don't. I think at the end of the day, he knows that in the gaming sphere, yes, Nintendo and Sony are always going to be his competition because that's who goes. I mean, that's just what it is right now. Right now, you got Google who's coming in, but they ain't. They have made so many mistakes out the gate so far that people are really like pissed at them.
which
Amazon's
which you
trying to
think
get
that they
in.
would.
Yeah,
You
Amazon.
think though Google wouldn't have, with the fact that they have YouTube, which
Yeah,
has seen all of the most recent flubs with gaming. So they literally have an archive of information and did not use it.
at all. So I mean, once again, like I said, you have to take that back to Dr. Claw. So I place this firmly at his feet. Uh, that's just from the outside looking in because it's kind of like they got ambitious, but they didn't. Me personally, I think Stadia came out a year too early.
I think it came out a
Honestly,
couple years too early.
because one, they don't even have an exclusive, a Google Stadia, a Google exclusive game that would launch with it. Like if you don't have your own exclusive, why am I getting it? What's the killer app on your system? What's the killer app?
Hmm?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Which is on
Eh,
just about everything else.
yeah, I mean, what's the killer app, man? I mean, there ain't no killer app on your system because it's on everything. Was is MK11? MK11's already out. You needed your own. You needed your own thing that you could have. When the Switch launched, yes, this game was on the Wii U, but it launched with it, and that is Breath of the Wild. You can't get it on Microsoft. Can't get it on PC. You can't get it on Sony.
Can't legitimately get it on PC.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that because you need some extra stuff. You gotta do the extra stuff. You can't get it on Steam. Nah,
Yeah, there
that's
you
it.
go.
You can't get it on Steam.
That's why I
But
said legitimately.
yeah, but that's the only place that you can actually play it. When you get what was it with Microsoft Halo 5, the only other place you can get it is on PC, and that's Microsoft.
It's through. Well,
It's still Microsoft. So
is it on Steam now? No, that was
nah,
Master Chief Collection that they put on Steam. Never
that was
mind.
my Chief Collection. Wasn't five.
Yeah,
So that that's what I mean when you say you got to have something that can some kind of exclusive that can say, okay, nobody can play this experience anywhere else. They can only play it here. That's why
yeah.
exclusives are important.
Which
So
people seem to fail to understand. But hey,
yeah, I don't want to have to buy 3 systems just to play this game. I should be able to play it everywhere. Jason Rubin, I hate that dude. I despise that dude. Though anyway, this ain't, I forgot 2020 not gonna be hating out loud on people, but
I
uh,
think we failed that with this one already.
yeah, I kind of did. You know what? 2020 is not. We'll say that for 2021. Anyway, yeah, but I just think that I understand where Phil was coming from. Hopefully, everybody else will calm their nerves a little bit and just read the whole article. I mean, it actually makes sense if you're thinking about it from a more business standpoint. It makes sense. So Now the other thing
Mhm.
that came out this week was the Nintendo Press says that the Switch will have a longer life cycle than previous consoles. Your thoughts?
Well, me, their longest life cycle for a platform was the Wii as far as home platforms are concerned. I think as far as portable, then that would be the 3DS currently,
Yeah, because 3DS been what since 2011?
2011.
Yeah,
Because
that'd
the
be
Wii
nine.
U came out the year afterwards, so 2011,
Yeah.
late 2011, but
Whew,
2011.
damn, it has been a long time. Jeez.
and and the Wii lasted like close to 7 years, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
if the Switch is planned for that long, it's got to be somewhere in that time frame. But
Which
I'm assuming that he's going based off of home platforms.
yeah. So I'm guessing it's gonna be around 2023, 2024, I guess, when he's planning on getting another one. And I'm gonna say this because I know there's been a lot of debate about the whole Switch Pro. Um, the thing is, if it's gonna be a longer life cycle, I expect a a better. I'm not gonna say like a 4K enabled with 8K graphics. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying like a better, probably better battery, probably a switch that can hit like 1080 on the actual mobile screen. We'll
Mm-hmm.
probably get an upgraded version of the Switch at some point, just like we did with the 3DS, like when they went from the regular 3DS to that new 3DS, something a little bit better. Not exactly, you know, crazy, but they're gonna
Not
stay in their
not
own.
out of the realms of what the other one was capable of doing,
Yeah,
but still better hardware
yeah,
that can be more efficient.
yeah. So that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Like not a Switch Pro with 4K and 8K up to 8K capabilities and all. Yeah, I'm not. No.
Like you can't have that in your hand and expect that machine to not run hot.
Yeah,
You can't.
yeah. I mean,
So
if
like
you
that's something to be concerned with.
once again, if you have one of the newer phones, you have a 4K resolution thing on there. Go in the settings and turn on.
Turn it on,
Turn on
start
and play a
recording
video.
videos,
Yeah,
record a video, play a game, see how
more
hot
than
that
10
phone
minutes,
runs and
more
how
than
quickly
five
that
minutes.
battery dies.
Hey, more than 5 minutes. Just go more than 5 minutes. I promise you, I promise you, you're gonna go from 100% to 50, and your hand gonna get burnt.
Be real hot.
So I think people tend to underestimate things or not even think about things in a logical manner because especially with the whole 4K situation. I'm like, dude, I've done that test on my phone. That thing ran hot quick. It went from 100 to 70% in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Just running a
never
vid.
forget that.
Just running a vid. So I mean, I don't expect if they were to do something that's stupid, and yes, that would be stupid. If they were to do something that's stupid, people will be complaining about the battery life
Mm-hmm.
because it wouldn't
They
last.
complaining that they can't get more than like an hour, half an hour to an hour out of their game.
hmm When it's not docked.
It'd be okay for docked, but undocked it would be horrible.
And even dock because
And they kind of have to have it work.
they'd have to put a fan in the dock because the thing would start
Yeah, it
run
would
hot on
start
that.
running real hot. It
Yeah,
would be running real hot. So they'd have to do an upgraded dock in some way, shape, or form.
yeah, with a
And then
cool
on
off.
top of that, they'd have to have a way for the unit itself when it's not in the dock to vent the heat.
hmm
That's not going to be all that easy.
And it's not gonna be cheap either.
Mm.
So if you complaining about buying stuff, you might want to slow down with the 4K talk and just do what some people that actually gamers do: play video games.
Yeah, just play your games and play them and enjoy them. Have
Yeah,
fun with them.
have fun with them.
Oh, I still play PS1 games every now and again. I still play older stuff than that.
Man, I play N60. Man, I finally got my N64 back. I've been on Gauntlet Legends for like the past week and a half. So yeah, I mean it's one of those situations where you just have a good time. That being said, um, Damon Cross Machina to PC. Nintendo loses exclusivity. Oh my god! First of all, I don't think Nintendo ever said it was going to be exclusive anyway.
I don't even think
I don't remember. I
Nintendo.
don't remember
Nobody
that.
ever said Nintendo owned it.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I'm just looking at it like I don't remember hearing that. Like I do remember it being exclusive, but that could have just been because that was Switch was the most viable platform for it to be put on. It was more likely where they felt like they'd make the most sales. So if I was a developer and I could only put a game on one platform, I only had the money to put it on one platform, I'm going to go with the one that's trending the most because
Yeah,
that's more than likely where I'd make the most sales. It's not always where you have the largest fan base. It's where you have the most trending or where the attachment rate is the best.
yeah,
And honestly, people don't want to ever admit this, but Nintendo usually has the best attachment rate for games per console.
that's true. And plus, like Damon Cross Market is actually an interesting game to me. So I don't see it as like I wouldn't mind other places getting it, but I would want the game to sell well so it could get like a sequel or something.
Yeah.
So I can get maybe
And
so I can actually make a Voltron or a Gundam.
and so that like people can actually play together cross platform. And I'm going to keep saying this about everything. It's a multi-platform game in any way, shape, or form. Just do cross-platform. Let everybody be able to play together.
Yeah. So I can take these Joy Cons and give y'all the business.
Like, plus putting it on Steam and PC, and you got the PC heads, mouse and keyboard versus people with advanced
Twin
motion
stick.
aim.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
That's
fun.
that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Call of Duty. So,
Oh god,
um,
I still want to see like, and if Activision ever grants this wish, I want to see a Call of Duty game that ends up on every platform where everybody has their preferred control method to be able to use. And that would mean
yeah, I
that
agree.
PlayStation has to be able to have Move available.
Yeah,
Microsoft has to be able to have something that can do stuff with smart glass like airstrikes and stuff. Everybody has their own platform advantage that would
like I
work
said,
well.
I
But
don't think
eh.
Activision want that smoke. They don't want that smoke. They don't want the
No,
smoke. They
because
know what happened.
I get the feeling though that the Nintendo fan base and PC would be leading that charge.
Because a lot of us came up on Conduit and Conduit 2, and that we remote and Chuck. Same thing with that damn Joy Cons. Come get the biz. Come get the biz. Come see us. But Activision ain't gonna do it because they scared. They'll lose their fan base. People say they cheating. People say that Nintendo and the PC crowd will be cheating. That's basically what happened. It's
I,
sad, but it's true.
I could see how they'd say it for PC, but Nintendo crowd, I'm sorry, I'm just being salty at that point.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
being salty because you losing. That's all there is to it. And I really want Nintendo to make a Switch a Switch Zapper that
that would
put
be that would be
the
dope.
right Joy Cons infrared at the front because you got all the buttons on the other
Yeah,
controller anyway, so you don't necessarily need it if they're going to do motion control.
yeah, you don't, not really. It would be nice for them to do that, especially seeing as how I actually like the zapper they had for the Wii U and Wii. I actually like that one. It was great for those rail shooters. It was great for
Mm-hmm.
that. So
Like the Ghost Recon and stuff like
yeah,
that. Oh,
yeah,
it was awesome for that.
yeah. So yeah, man. I would love to see that at some point, but it'd take like an act of God for Activision to actually pretend like they like Nintendo enough to actually do something. It'd take an act of God, man. Or my other laptop that has that Manila folder on it with all that all those documents.
Uh,
Just biding my time. Just biding my time. That was a joke, people. That was a joke. That was a joke for somebody to get serious. Be like, you got something on somebody? No, I don't. I don't have nothing on nobody. That laptop's broke. So that being said, that being said, I mean, hey man,
so if it wasn't broke,
what? I'm just saying, stuff happens. Ish, kinda.
Oh,
Just saying, man. I mean, stuff. I mean, hey, I mean, everybody got hobbies. Anyways, all right. So one of the last things we got to talk about is our good friend Masahiro Sakurai. Uh, he there was a this one is kind of like multi-parted. First, we found out that he does believe that Smash has too many Fire Emblem characters. I honestly don't care. At this point, I'm like, because you got over 70 characters. If you complaining about one subsection, you probably trash at the game anyway. So,
I mean,
um,
at that point, you might as well just say Street Fighter has too many Shoto characters or too many people with a dragon punch.
yeah. So I mean, at this point, man, just whatever. But he said it, and because apparently he didn't want to put Byleth in, he wanted to put somebody else in, and Nintendo pretty much vetoed him.
Mm.
Which I kind of understand from a certain extent. If you're trying to get um, more sales for Fire Emblem Three Houses, I kind of understand that. And people got to stop with this whole there's too many sword characters. First of all, Smash Bros. Ultimate has everybody from every other Smash game on it. That's why you got the characters that you got. I mean that's why we have all those characters. Most of the majority of those characters that you claim you hate, they came from all the other games. So to me, you can't get mad at that. I understand there are a couple of characters like Crom, but y'all asked for Crom in
Begged
Zone
for him.
4. So
Begged for Crom.
you begged for him, and you got mad about Robin because he only showed up during Robin's final smash. So to me, you asked for it. So don't
Mm-hmm.
get mad at him for that. He actually did what you asked him to do. So the thing is, while and once again, I don't think it's that many. I don't think it's so many Fire Emblem characters in there to where you can't enjoy the game.
You
I think
could
it's nonsense.
literally play that game and not play with any Fire Emblem characters at all if you wanted
Yeah,
to. There's still enough variety that you could do it. You could play with every other character and still play with 60 plus characters without Fire Emblem.
yeah, and that's without DLC. So bring it down, people. But there is an interesting thing that happened last week as well. Apparently, Sakurai did try to get Sora in, and
Here's a I have a problem with the fan base though. They don't want sword characters in,
yeah,
but
but
Sora uses a key blade.
thank you.
Keyword blade. It cuts one way or another. It cuts.
And God forbid if they bring him in there with Oathkeeper and Oblivion
oh,
instead
oh
of the
man.
regular Keyblade. Yes, because the regular Keyblade looks like a key, but
But
Oathkeeper and Oblivion
still,
looks like a blade.
the keyblade still operates like a sword though.
Yeah, it
No
still operates like
matter,
a sword. So
no matter how you want to twist it, it still operates like a sword.
or my personal favorite, I'm tired of all these sword characters, but they should have put Dante in. Really,
Another sword based
really, Dante,
character.
Really.
Another sword based
What's that?
character.
What's that big thing that's on his back?
Y'all want him to not use Alistair? Come on now. Be real here. The only difference is Dante has Alistair. He has the Ifrit gloves. He also has the I forgot what the suitcase weapon is called
I forgot what that one is too.
because it references because it changes up all the time no matter how you use it. And then he has the nunchucks. I don't remember the name of those. So he has multiple different weapons he can use. A lot like Byleth,
Yeah,
who uses an axe, a crossbow, a
a
sword,
spear.
a spear. But that's not just a sword. But hey,
And he got Ivy's chains whip from Soul Calibur.
Ivy is actually a character I wouldn't have minded seeing pop up in Smash. But I know
She
I'm
might be in
pretty
that.
sure
She might be in that.
she might be, she might be in her captain's outfit rather than
Yeah. Then
in her
yeah.
normal.
Yeah, her normal night
Because
job outfit.
the normal outfit that she wears has the same issue as Mai's Kunoichi outfit. That's
Yeah.
why Mai is in the background for Terry's stage.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Obviously, dominatrix, and let's just leave it at that. So,
Oh no, that everybody knows that. That's her whole thing. Everybody knows that.
yes. And perfect segue because I just remembered Soul Calibur, the Soul Calibur 6 producer got asked, are they going to port the game to the Switch? And the situation hasn't changed from his point of view. Here's the thing.
Meaning, meaning he's not in control of it.
Yeah. And he can't say yay or nay. But I have a feeling, but after playing Soul Calibur 6, I have some real issues with how that game looks, especially seeing as how this is supposed to be awesome hardware that we have. Like, I'm sitting there like, hold on, man.
I mean, but
Some of them
Street Fighter
character
Five,
designs don't look that good.
Street Fighter Five. Let's list off the fighting games that have this issue: Street Fighter Five, King
Yeah,
Fighters
yeah,
14, Soul Calibur 6.
yeah.
I can't say Samurai Showdown because, as far as I'm concerned,
Samurai
that
Showdown
actually
looks
looks.
great. Samurai Showdown
But
looks and plays great.
in Fighter X Layer has some
Yeah, that's
not
another
so
one.
great character designs.
Yeah. But the thing about it is though, like Soul Calibur usually has awesome designs. Like 4 and 5 had great designs.
Actually, the whole series had awesome designs up
And
until
until
now.
this one, yeah. Which I'm like, did y'all lose y'all artists or something?
I think it's just, honestly, I'm starting to think it's more or less because they're taking their time to try to add too much realism to the characters instead of
And it's
leaving
killing it.
them. And yeah, and it really is because you look at Street Fighter Five, look at how Ryu's design, how Ken is designed. Outside of Ken's thick black eyebrows when he has blonde hair,
Yeah. Clearly somebody's
I, I wish there was a color editor in that game because I would fix it immediately. I would fix that. I would go
clearly
ahead in the color editor and go straight to his eyebrows and fix it. Because
clearly Ken is
I
dying
get,
his hair. Clearly.
I get that they're used to it traditionally looking that way because in Street Fighter 2 he actually did look that way with the thick black eyebrows and the blonde hair, and I still never liked that the
Yeah.
way it looked. He come on now. Like they just say, yeah, Ken ain't a natural blonde. We know
Yeah, we get it. He's not natural. Okay.
natural
All
blonde.
right.
We sorry,
Yeah, but I
but
just I found it I just find it weird because like I find it weird that one Soul Calibur 2 had Link on it. The last game in the Soul Calibur series that was actually on a Nintendo system is Soul Calibur Legends that was on the Wii.
yeah, and that wasn't even really like a fighting game. That was more
No, that
of
was
like
like
a
it was a spin-off kind of like action adventure Muso game
yeah. I
kind
was
of.
gonna say it was a Musa game.
Yeah. So you skipped the Wii U, understandable, didn't sell that well. I get it. I'm not even complaining about that.
Honestly, I think either way, if they would have put that game on there and it would have had Link and everybody else in it, it would have been the best selling version of that game.
Yeah. So my thing is Bandai Namco scared to put it on a Nintendo system because they know if they put it on there, people are gonna expect it to come with Link. Now, is that what
Probably.
this is?
That's probably what it is.
Because
Because
to
they're gonna be
me,
like, hey, the, my thing is, I'd have been looking like, okay, we got Ganondorf from Hyrule Warriors. We can slide in there with his double blades. We can go
yep,
ahead take Zelda from Hyrule Warriors, throw her in there. Take
take Impa.
Impa, put her in there. You got too many characters that everybody would want to put in there. Like so, instead of if you're not going to put Soul Calibur on Nintendo, take Nintendo sword based characters,
Put them in
put
their
them
own.
in the Soul Calibur engine, and make your own game out of it for that platform specifically.
You can't say you can't do it because you did it with Pokken Tournament. You can't say you can't do it. I mean, Pokken Tournament, all y'all did was take the what was it, the Tekken engine,
Second engine,
the
yeah, they
modified Tekken
modified it
engine.
for
You can't say you don't know how to do it. You did it already.
they do. They just not.
That's what I'm saying. Like the best thing to do is like especially and if you want to test it out, here's how you test it out. Do it with Zelda first.
Or
I,
Zelda or Fire Emblem, either
yeah,
one. Do one in the
just
first.
one of them. If you do it and just make it, you ain't got to make it crazy. Just make it 20 characters. They both of those series have enough characters for you to put it in there and make a convincing uh game. Both of them do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
And you can't say you don't like Nintendo because y'all helping on Smash Brothers. So
And hey, if you choose Zelda for this, you already have a villain lineup for it.
yeah,
You've got Demise, you got Ganondorf, you got Zant, you've got
yeah, you got a
just
number.
too many characters.
Yeah, to you.
You got
That's why I
any
said.
number of evil bad guys fighting to take power, and Demise could be the ultimate one that you have to literally follow the pattern for any of the Soul Calibur games and just make
Hmm.
Demise the final boss. And Link is trying to get the fight to get the Master Sword or even the Force Sword. Either one of those, because we know he's used both of them.
Hmm.
And they're both legendary blades from the Zelda series. Again, multiple choices.
And the reason why I say use Zelda because Zelda is more well known over here than Fire Emblem, so that's gonna
But
make money.
Japan and
But Japan, the Japan
Japan Fire
is
Emblem is better
flipped.
now. So
It's
that's why it's
flipped.
a toss up.
Yeah. So, but I'm just sitting there looking. I'm like, y'all could easily make money. Now the problem is a lot of your Soul Calibur fan base gonna be like, where that's gonna be on the system I play on? Why is it not on PC? Why is it not on?
I mean
Don't ask
that
yourself. Don't ask yourself dumb
that
questions. So, and that ends that conversation right there. So,
Namco Bandai. If y'all gonna keep taking ideas from my video from a few years ago, could you just take the whole video and do all of the ideas, please? Thank you. I mean, because you already used Geralt and you stuck Hamaru in there.
yeah.
Just take the rest of the idea and run with it. I don't care. Just do it, please.
And
Goodness.
hey, he needs 25% for y'all to
Ah,
take
see,
the
look,
idea.
I'll give this one away for free. I'll give this one away for free as long as y'all give me credit. I don't care. I'll give this one for free.
25%.
And, he's saying that because he my agent, so you gotta kind of gotta listen to him. Because I
Just
mean,
saying.
he get a cut of that 25%. So that's why.
Don't make me grab my Bluetooth. Don't make me grab my Bluetooth. So, hey, it is what it is. And
Oh,
last thing, the real last thing I want to talk about tonight, and I want us to have a moment of silence for Anthem. They still have their Christmas decorations up in that game. So can we take a moment of silence to remember Anthem and remember the fact that EA still sucks? Oh well, so yeah, dude, they have so all right, man. Okay, look, I
oh,
get
they
it. Your
still got
game,
Christmas decorations up in that game.
I get it. Your game didn't sell well, but y'all can't sit up there and abandon it like that. Come on, man. Destiny done took
Leave
their
it
stuff
Christmas
down.
Eve.
Yeah, Destiny done took their stuff down, man. The least y'all can do is take the damn thing out of there. Come on, man. Come on. Really, EA and BioWare, really? I
They're
thought
like,
y'all said
nah,
I
we
thought
ain't
y'all said y'all
refresh
wasn't
this.
abandoning them. I thought y'all said that at E3. I thought y'all said y'all was not gonna abandon them. Y'all getting good feedback and y'all was gonna pay attention to the fans. I guess somebody was lying.
I mean, didn't they say something similar about Titanfall?
We ain't talking about Titanfall right now. All them people working at all them people working at Call of Duty. They're working on Call of Duty. All them that's why we doing all that running sideways and all that mess and jumping off walls. They at Star Wars right now. They everywhere. So yeah, we ain't talking about that.
Problem. EA has too many shooters. They have
Yeah, way too
way too many
way too
shooters.
many. Yeah,
But gosh, Christmas is still happening in that
Christmas
game.
is still happening in that game.
We about to roll on to Valentine's Day. They still in Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So yeah, yeah, man, moment of silence for y'all, man. I mean, if anybody's still playing that game, can y'all tell me if how you liking it? Because it's like $15 now, so I may jump on it with y'all. I
Or
mean,
if you have Game Pass for
yeah, I don't even
Xbox
have to
One,
buy it. Yeah, I don't even
you
have to
got
buy it.
Ultimate Game Pass. You ain't got to buy it. You just play it that way. That way, you ain't got to waste your money.
Yeah, because I always thought the premise was good, but I was because I've always wanted like a third person viewing of Destiny. I did not like the fact that it was first person. I hated that Activision made Bungie make it first person because I'm like, Activision, y'all got enough
They
first
were
person
trying to
shooters.
copy Halo.
Yeah, y'all got enough first person shooters. Let them make it third person like they wanted to, so you get to see all the cool stuff that you can do and all the cool gear you get. But no, y'all don't want to do that. So when Anthem came out, I was like, okay, Anthem may be that. So I'm gonna wait a couple. I'm gonna wait a little bit, let them, get the feet settled, and then they wouldn't fix nothing. Stuff was breaking. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait till this game get fixed. And then it went from like $60 to like 20 in like what was it, 3 months? I'm like, whoa.
Third
then
of the price,
then
third of the quality.
E3 rolls around and they're like, yeah, we've heard our fans. We're gonna be fixing everything, and then
Nothing.
nada. So I feel bad for that game because I like to see games succeed. But
The
yeah,
bad
you
thing
kind of
is there are so many games that come out with decent premises, but then the execution from the company is horrible.
yeah,
Anthem is one of them. Destiny. The game plays okay, but overall way they did it, not so great. Evolved. That was a beautiful concept, an
yeah,
amazing concept. Squandered completely.
completely.
And there was the what was the Fable Legends thing that was supposed to happen.
Hmm.
Again, great concept, but then that got killed. It was like I just man,
Yeah, it's one of them situations where you like you kind of feel because I like Bioware, I just don't like EA.
and like it was more or less when EA got Bioware, they kind of when they took over Bioware and didn't just let Bioware work, they
Yeah,
messed up a lot of their projects.
yeah,
Like think about it, like Mass Effect, the way Mass Effect was supposed to go, would not have come out the way it did if EA didn't sink their hands into it. If EA would have let BioWare just make the games the way they had already planned, the Mass Effect trilogy with all of the DLC and stuff that you have to purchase in order to be able to play the games fully, all of that stuff would have just been packed into the games. It
yeah,
wouldn't have been no, oh, we're going to make you buy all this stuff separately, unless they actually made it separate. This is like when you play those games, there are plot threads that you literally can't complete unless you buy DLC.
yep,
You literally run across plot threads throughout that whole series that you can't complete unless you buy the DLC for the second and the third game, and you have to purchase all of the DLC in order to be able to see the full experience of
that's when EA was bragging about
it,
DLC.
which sucks.
Yeah, they were
It
forcing
sucks
people to
because
do it.
honestly, that is a good series, but
Yeah,
with the exception of Mass Effect Andromeda, again, again they had a decent design philosophy for the first three games, and even for that mobile game Infiltrator that came out that I knew nothing about until recently.
okay, I didn't know
Yeah,
about that either.
it came out exclusively on iOS. That's why no one knew about it,
Oh, okay, yeah, that
and
makes
it got
absolutely
shut
no
down. It
sense.
got shut down. I think 2 or 3 years into it.
Yeah, because nobody knew about it. How can you make money and nobody knows?
They were charging, I think, $7 for it, but I don't think it. I think it was set up like like most free to play games are, as mission based,
Uh,
but you're not paying to get all this additional stuff. You just pay to get the game and you can play it.
oh, okay. Well, that's stupid. All right, so
Only thing you actually would have had to pay for separately was skins. But again,
that's the world we living in now, I guess. So,
eh,
eh, c'est la vie. So, so with that ado for tonight, I think that's how we're gonna wrap this one on up. Hope you guys enjoyed. We are off next weekend because next weekend is Valentine's Day, and I think everybody who is in love and has the need of love and the feel of love should just be in love with love and all this. And me as a '90s R&B singer just grabbing air and all that. So, hope y'all having a nice weekend, next weekend, all that good stuff. We got some surprises coming after that. So, uh, hope you guys come back to after y'all get through being in love and all that good stuff, and have y'all crying because reasons. We hope to see you back here the week after that. I'm going to be going to see Sonic next weekend, so I'm really going to be uh boy.
I've actually
Yeah,
been hearing from people that have already did the previewing that it's
I heard
actually
it's not
not bad.
bad. Yeah, I
It's
heard it's not
actually no, it's actually faithful to the
yeah.
games
So this is going to be
as
interesting.
far as the story is concerned. So hey,
Hey,
that,
I'm gonna find out. So next Saturday I may put up my spoiler free review next Saturday, but just know that we're not gonna have a Winging It podcast episode next week just because Valentine's Day. We want to make sure everybody's be able to take their significant other out, and
mhm.
get drunk and not remember the night. So I hope you guys enjoy yourselves.
Please, people, don't get that damn drunk. Try to remember most of it. Most.
Oh, and make sure y'all watch Deadpool, the first one, not the second one, the first one. The,
Yeah, the
the
first one because
yeah,
that is actually a love story.
yeah, that's actually love story. Plus, they have the one of the best montages of all time. You'll thank me later. So, Andre, anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to name it specifically, but there's something that's coming on Valentine's Day that I've already kind of done the groundwork for. That if anybody's interested, you can watch. It's going to be on my channel. Might be something that. The bad thing is, I'm worried it's one of those videos that might actually get me in trouble. But hey, I'm going to do it anyway. So,
You cannot stifle artistry. We don't stifle artistry.
I just think it's just the subject matter itself. YouTube ain't going to like. But I mean,
I mean, it's not for kids. Hell, dude. Hell, man.
I might
Kids.
have to market for mature audiences just to be safe.
Just to be on the safe side. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. All right.
but
Yeah. So, well, me, I ain't got nothing. I am gonna have. I don't think I'm gonna live stream next Friday, next week either. But I will put some gameplay vids up. I got a couple games coming in. I did go back and get my PS4 back, so I will be live streaming some PS4 games. One of them is going to be Legend of the Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel, the first one, because I never got a chance to play that one, and I know the third one's coming to the Switch in June, and I don't understand why we getting the third one and not the first two reasons. So I'll be putting some gameplay up of that pretty soon. And I think that's all I'm gonna do next week is just some gameplay vids, and I'll do uh, the spoiler free review of Sonic the Hedgehog because I'll probably go on to watch that next Friday, as because I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan. So actually want to see how Jim Carrey plays Robotnik. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So
mm,
with that being said, hope you guys have a lovely week and see you next time. Wakanda forever.
peace out, everybody.